War on words, differently abled. What's the issue? Hello people, I hope you're all keeping well. My name is Ben Andrews, this is Ben Andrews Inc., a channel dedicated to topics and issues relating to disabled people. So if you're into this type of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. This is my War on Words series where I'm exploring the don'ts, the do's and the confused when it comes to terms associated with disabled people. And in this video, I wanted to touch on the ever contentious differently abled. So with that being said, let's get into it. It was a term coined in 1980s America as a means to put a more positive spin on the abilities of disabled people, instead of the traditional view of seeing disability as deficit. Despite these good intentions, differently abled still leaves a bad taste in the mouths of many disabled people. But why is this? Well, first, what exactly are disabled people different to? Apparently, as the old saying goes, we're all different with different experiences, skills and abilities. So why is it only disabled people who are referred to in this way? As it's not used to describe any other demographic, we can only assume that disabled people's difference is so beyond what is considered acceptably different that we feel we need to give explicit mention to it. As you might imagine, from the perspective of a disabled person, this doesn't feel particularly positive and only creates further separation between the perception of disabled people and the rest of society, which the majority of disabled people very much want to feel a part of. Differently abled is also very person-centric and suggests that the only thing we need to focus on regarding disabled people is disabled people themselves, and specifically their abilities. This dismisses and draws attention away from something disability rights activists have been campaigning for in pushing society to acknowledge the external barriers it creates, which often disables people to a much greater extent than anything to do with their own abilities. Some would argue that we can say disabled people just have different abilities as much as we want, but the fact is the world works better and enables some abilities more than others, and anything that doesn't encourage people to acknowledge that is counterproductive to this message. And there are other terms out there to acknowledge these issues, but differently abled is often used as an alternative or in complete opposition to them, creating further ill feeling towards it. Now, as ever, some people do prefer the term differently abled and feel that it offers the positive spin initially intended, particularly in place of other current terms which people perceive as more negative. But is this due to people's interpretation of those terms or the terms themselves? In any case, despite the good intentions differently abled was originally hoped to achieve, the majority of disabled people find the term illogical, othering, counterproductive to the cause, and that it just doesn't stand up next to other current terms, which I'll be warring in on in future videos. Thanks for listening, hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please do follow, subscribe, like, share and comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on differently abled. Do you like it, don't you? And in either case, why? And on that, I hope you all keep well, keep safe, and until next time, take care.